I'll give you just a minute. We'll begin this with standing. So standing is actually a meditation posture. So I invite you, as you come into your standing position, to arrange your feet so that they're a good distance apart for your body. Knees are soft, hips are loose, shoulders are down. And if you like, you can rock forward just a little bit to the front of your feet and then onto the back, just a little, and then reduce that little by little till you come into the center. You're neither tip forward nor backward. So this is our basic standing posture that we'll return to. So the first Qigong we're going to do is so ancient that it's not only prehistoric, it's pre-human. And it's very simple. It's called Trembling Mountain. So we're just going to propel ourselves with our thighs. You can call this bouncing, if you like. And just let go of all the joints. Let go of the muscles. Let your head, let your neck relax. If you have a dog, you'll see your dog do this, or your cat maybe. Animals do this to release stress, to release tension. If you're a bear, you do this slowly. And if you're a mouse, you do it very rapidly. So since you're somewhere between a bear and a mouse, you can find the depth and the speed that suits you right at this moment. Let your hands be loose. And in this practice, we focus on the out breath. Let the out breath be long and smooth. We're just letting go. We're releasing any tension in the body. And while you're doing this, you may notice also your mind. What's happening in the mind? Feeling the body is obvious. And this also gives the internal organs a massage. Okay, so let's increase the intensity of this a little bit. Go a little more deeply, or a little faster. Okay, and let's increase a little more. Let your body take over. Just letting go of all the tension in the body. Okay, let's make it a little stronger. There you go, as much as you can. Okay, and on the count of 3, we're all going to stop together. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And just rest into your standing posture. And you may notice sensations of tingling or of heat. This is the presence of the life force energy in the body. Okay. All right, next, to orient ourselves in our space, we're going to bow to the 7 directions. So we'll begin by bowing to the east. And if you're not sure which way is east, that's okay. Just bow in any direction. So bowing to the east. Okay, let's turn to our right. Bow to the south. Turning to our right again. Bowing to the west. Turning to the right again. And to the north. And back to the original one, facing forward. And now we'll acknowledge up, the sky, stretch, look up, touching the sky. Let the arms come around. We're going to bend the knees and the waist and touch the earth. And then slowly coming back up and bring one hand opposite the heart, the other opposite the belly. This is the 7th direction, the internal. Okay, return to standing. Okay, and you're going to have your palms facing each other a little bit and a little bit of a bend at the elbow. This is a standing meditation posture. All right, let's open the spine. So we begin to put our attention at the crown of the head and let the chin slowly drop. Let the shoulders roll forward, the chest caves in, the arms hang. As we go down, we're putting our attention on the vertebrae, each one from top to bottom, opening each one till we're completely bent over. Check that you're not leaning forward, you're still balanced. And just relax, be comfortable with this open spine. All right, now let's reverse the process. Come up together, moving the attention up the spine. As you straighten up, and then the last thing that comes up then is the head, and return to standing posture for a moment. Balanced. All right, let's repeat. Tucking the chin, rolling the shoulders, bringing the attention down the spine, opening each vertebrae, bending the knees and the waist. We don't have to touch the ground, just bending over. Relax. You can breathe just fine this way.
Right now, let's reverse the process. Put the attention on the lower spine, move it slowly up. Okay, and now, as before we lift the head, we're going to let the hands begin to come up, pointing with the fingers to the center line of the body. Hands continue going up, 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 point to the sky, and down, point to the earth. We're going to repeat, point to the center line of the body. In breath. Breathe normally. And one more. This is called tree and spring. Pointing to the earth, bringing up the sap through the tree, pointing to the body. Look up, point to the sky, express in the fingers. Come down, touch into standing posture. Okay, and one more time with the backwash. Attention at the top of the head. The attention moves down the spine. Opening, opening, releasing. And you're still balanced front to back. And rest. Enjoy the openness of the spine. All right, let's come back up together. The attention is moving up the spine. Okay, and just as the head begins to go, the hands begin pointing to the center of the body. Continuing up, 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 pointing to the sky and down. Okay, two more. In breath, going up. Breathe normally. Look up. Sink. Last one. In breath. Okay, very good. And back to standing. Just take a moment, please, if you would, and notice the alignment of the body, the sensations in the body, the state of the mind. Okay, now let's continue. We'll go ahead and take your seat. And just go into assume your meditation posture. All right, now let's continue with the out breath. We're going to just bend forward, breathe out, then bend back, in breath. Just bending at the waist, not using the legs. So this is pumping the air. Okay, and you can let go of the neck if you like. Tuck the chin when you go forward. Look up when you go back. Out breath forward. Move at your own pace. You can make a circle with the chin. And then tuck the chin going back. All right, very good.
Now let's reduce the movements little by little. Reduce, they're very subtle till you come into that perfect point where you're neither forward nor backward. All right. Now let's drop our attention down. Imagine a point very, very low in the torso, maybe the perineum or very low. That was a point that we were pivoting around, doing front and back. Now we're going to use that same point and make a spiral. So leaning forward and then around, and just making a circle with the upper body. Pivoting around a still point that's low in the torso and make the circle bigger. You can let go of your neck if you like. And make the circle big. Move with the breath. All right. Very good. And now let's make it a little smaller. Just reduce the movement each time. Make a smaller and smaller spiral. Smaller and more subtle till you come right to that still point. And now let's repeat and go the other way. So making a circle, spiraling around with the upper body. Just enjoy this, loosening up the hips, the waist. Very good. Now let's reduce the circles a little by little. Spiraling down to that point low in the torso, in the middle of the body. More and more subtle till we find that still point. And noticing with the stillness, the uprightness, the movement in the body. So noticing the movement in the abdomen with the in-breath. And maybe arching the lower back just a little bit, just to allow the belly to open, the muscles to relax. With the in-breath, the belly expands forward and then relaxes. All right, and let's see if we can find the place where the in-breath begins, where we first notice the movement in the belly. This will be low down. At the end of the out-breath, just rest, wait for it. Find that spot where it just begins. Now, as you feel it opening and then releasing, let's also notice the back as we breathe in, the belly goes forward and backwards. It expands front and back. Just effortless. It also expands side to side. It's like a balloon. The in-breath, the belly expands in all directions. At the end of the out-breath, just rest at that point and wait for the next in-breath. Expand in all directions. Rest in that point where the in-breath starts. Okay, very good. And now moving our attention from the belly up the center of the body, up into the center of the chest. And again, with the in-breath, we notice how the chest expands forward. And then lets go, relaxes. Expands forward, relaxes. And also to the back, expands forward and backward, behind the heart. In-breath expands the chest and the back. And side to side. It's like two balloons, the lungs are. Expanding the torso, the chest in all directions. And then letting go. And this movement is aligned perfectly vertically with the movement in the abdomen. So the whole torso expands in all directions and then relaxes, releases. And likewise, the in-breath, the spine expands vertically a little bit up and down. Stretches out and then relaxes. The uprightness and the relaxation. Meditation has been described as a bird with two wings. That which is upright and stable and still, and that which is relaxed and moving. And both uprightness and relaxation create openness. When we're upright, we're open. The throat is open, the chest, the belly are all open. Spine is open. When we relax, we're open. There's no stress. If we're too relaxed, we're just collapsed, we're closed. If we're too upright, standing at attention, we're stressed, we're closed. But when we're upright and relaxed at the same time, there is an openness. Okay, and with the next in-breath, let's go ahead and let the hands float up as if they're in warm water. So the hands float up. This is the begging dog. Okay, and now let's just place the heels of our hands on our eye sockets. And we're going to talk to our eyes. We're going to say, "Dear eyes, you move around a lot, looking around, scanning, bringing in visual data. You move a lot. Even when we're sleeping, you're moving when we're dreaming. Now is the chance for you to just rest. You don't have to look around. You don't have to move. You can just rest." You'll find that often when the eyes are moving, the mind is active. If our mind is active, we can still our eyes and our mind will slow down. And in the next out breath, Let's put our fingertips at our hairline. Breathing out, let the hands come down and massage the face very gently with the fingertips. Out breath, fingertips come down. Breathing out, just gently massaging, releasing any tension in the face. Very good. And now one more. And now let's put our fingertips on our temples. Press a little and make circles. You can massage behind the ears, above the ears a little, down to the top of the jaw. Just massage the temples. All right, and returning the heels of our hands to our eye sockets, let's make small circles and massage our eye sockets. Just notice the breathing. Okay, let's make the move smaller and smaller. Just rest the hands. And now let's just let our hands come down. Bring our attention now to our face. Now this is where a lot of our attention is. It's in our face. Our eyes are here, ears, nose, mouth. So now let's bring our attention around to the back of the head. It's not just a face, there's a whole head here. And the sides of the head. And the crown of the head. And maybe just imagine your hands on the sides of your head and gently lifting your head up, moving it back a little and setting it on the top of the spine. So gently. It's like these balanced rocks in the desert. When the attention is on the back of the head, the whole head, it becomes aligned. And the eyes are resting, whether they're closed or slightly open. The eyes are still. They're resting. It's nap time. Resting in their perfect beds. Maybe the shoulders are pulled back just a little bit. You can feel the chest expanding forward and the back expanding. You feel the whole upper chest moving with the breath. All directions. And that's lined up over the belly. Moving in all directions. And the crown of the head is lined up with the perineum. It's a perfectly vertical alignment. And the body is now open. If we begin to sag a little bit, and we just refresh the posture. Any of the movements we did at the beginning, making the circle with the upper body or rocking front to back, Moving the head a little bit, stretch out the neck, move the shoulders a little. It's okay. It's okay to move a little bit, even in sitting meditation posture. Keeping the balance. This is our mindfulness, watching over the state of the posture, the breath, the body, the mind. And allowing, if things begin to close a little bit, allowing them to open by just subtly or not so subtly, moving as you need to maintain the alignment, the openness. We have done a lot of intentional movements, placed our attention different places. And now we're going into a time of being receptive. You can refresh the posture a little bit when we need to. Otherwise, there's great presence in this open manifestation of the body and the mind. We'll sit now in silence until the next sound of the bell.